So I do stand with Tawana on a lot of what she was saying. I am old school. I am a daddy's girl. My parents have been married my entire life. I recently lost my dad this past year, but this coming February would have been 53 years that my parents were married. So the way that I look, the way that I look at dating, and it has changed. It is nowhere near what it used to be. It's definitely more challenging. Um, and the way it's not looked at the same, but it's also, I feel like, not respected the same way. And in addition to that, a lot of people no longer have a goal of dating to marry.
You got challenges that you're going to run across.
All right, so welcome to another episode of Elite Psyche, the Mental Toughness Podcast. No. Keep saying that. The Mental Toughness Show. We're the really big show now. We moving away from that term, the P term. We're the really big show. And on Elite Psyche, we talk to people who have, did a lot in life, been through a lot, recovered, changed their life and things of that sort. Tonight we got a little different topic. Even though we have some people who are successful that's on here, but we're going to talk about the dating game. It was a video that I did that I put out last week, and it was kind of just a question that came up because we had talked about 3 different topics, nothing to do with dating, and I remember that the young lady had talked to me 6 months ago about dating, and she was saying the challenges and things that's going on. And I asked her, I said, tell me again about that topic you were talking about. And so our last 20 minutes of that podcast was about dating.
What is wrong with a man approaching a woman that he finds interest in and going about dating to get to know her versus I'm going to date her, but I'm going to have 5 more on the side? Or I don't have to show any effort to her because we're just dating.
And I think a lot of people understand what she's saying, and some people think they can add to it a little bit more and kind of give their own opinion and their thoughts of it. But I think it's an important topic that we could talk about tonight. And then we're going to talk about a few more things. But let's jump right into the dating topic. I have Miss Kai Patterson and I have Mr. Clarence Davenport. And so kind of tell everybody what you're doing right now. Let's start with you, Kai. And where you from and all that kind of stuff, with your background.
Hey, Kai Patterson here out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. A little about my background is pretty diverse. I've done a lot. I've served in the military for 26 years now, active Marine Corps and Army on the reserve side of the Army now. I have worked in corporate America and IT cybersecurity, but I have been a full-time entrepreneur now for the last 7-8 years. And I'm passionate about helping people change their lives. That's literally what I do. Help people get to the bag, secure the bag. I consult. I do a lot. So I'm excited to be here to chime in on this topic. I think it's going to be extremely juicy, but we shall see. I'm outnumbered tonight, so we shall see.
Okay. All right. Mr. Davenport, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my background has been in sales, but mostly I've been an entrepreneur. So I've been self-employed since 1997. So it's been a very long time. So currently I do contract work, but basically now my main focus is real estate. I got a company called Pioneer Financial Funding. We actually broker real estate notes, and I trade. So I've been trading now for about 7 years now. And you was actually one of the first persons that introduced me to it from the network marketing platform. But my major focus now is just trading and real estate notes.
Okay. Well, appreciate it, man. Look, let's jump right into the topic here. We were talking about dating last week, and Tawana brought up this subject of men, in the 2024 and how they date and how they expect people to respond to them. And both of y'all saw the video. Both of y'all watched the video. So kind of give your input. Let's start with Kai. Kind of give your input on your thoughts about the video and maybe some other thoughts about dating. And, if Clarence, you want to respond to some of the stuff, we can jump right in. So you go first, Kai.
So you're gonna throw it on me first?
Yeah, you first. You
Okay,
first.
okay. Well, of course, I did see the video.
Mhm.
And as I was watching it, I was already texting you, Tony, because I was like, okay, I could definitely see her point of view. I stand with her.
So he. Go ahead.
Huh?
What was he texting me as he was watching it? So
Yep.
go ahead.
So I do stand with Tawana on a lot of what she was saying. I am old school. I am a daddy's girl. My parents have been married my entire life. I recently lost my dad this past year, but this coming February would have been 53 years that my parents were married. So the way that I look, at dating, and it has changed. It is nowhere near what it used to be. It's actually, it's definitely more challenging. And the way it's not looked at the same, but it's also, I feel like, not respected the same way. And in addition to that, a lot of people no longer have a goal of dating to marry.
Mhm.
Or dating to really settle down. It's like they're dating just because they have options to date different people, because you have all these apps out here or all these various methods of getting to know somebody. Before, back in the day, dating was you going out meeting somebody out at an event, or you're meeting somebody out if you're going to the club or at a restaurant or at some social gathering. Now the mall, right? The mall. Now it's all, I mean, everybody has a dating app. Everywhere you turn is a dating app. And I have had my little run with getting on these little dating apps. And the sad part is you see the same people on all these various apps.
Okay.
So I'm eager to hear what Clarence got to say, because I feel like it's about to be a back and forth thing here.
Well, yeah, he an app man. So go ahead, Clarence.
Oh, he's an alpha male. This is gonna be real good.
No.
He's an app.
I'm an app man.
You're an app man. Okay.
I watched it too. And I agree with a lot of the stuff she said, but times have changed when it comes to dating. And for me, my personal experience, my last 4 relationships were basically I met online. My ex-wife, we met online. It wasn't a dating site, but it was still online. You know what I'm saying? So I find it easier to meet people because I don't really go out like that. So when I approach people in person, sometimes you don't know if they're married or not. I don't know if you've ever run across this, Tony. You meet somebody at the grocery store, down the aisle, you try to talk to her, and her boyfriend's on the other aisle.
Yeah.
You know, so there's like instant rejection, but
Yeah.
it is hard.
Clarence, you don't know if they're married on the app, because a lot of them on there lying. They're not telling you they're married.
But you know what's funny though? The same people that's on the app is off the app. You're dealing with the same people. It's just that's just the way it is now. You know,
what do you mean by that?
meaning you have some people say, well, there's people crazy, you know, people crazy online. Well, people was crazy before they was online. Men was cheating before the internet. Men was stalking women before the internet. Women was stalking men before the internet. It's just more of them now. And the perception of a lot of choices, you don't have to put in as much work, depending on what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? The current relationship I'm in now, I met online. You know,
tell me this, Clarence. How do you do it? You go online. You just go. I've never been to a dating site. I never have. I've heard about them, but I don't know. So you go online. Is it like Instagram and Facebook where you?
No, it's not like Instagram and Facebook. Online dating, people have profiles. You know, back in the day, people would think, you know, if you're online dating, you was desperate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's just the way it is. You got doctors, lawyers, engineers, you name it. You know, I can't name names, but you know, people that I know that's online, that's in certain areas where you would know who they are. But people have their profiles. They'll tell you what they're looking for, what they're not looking for. You have people with fake pictures. You have people with real pictures. You have a lot of people with pictures with the AI, so you don't really know what they look like. It's a numbers game. It really is a numbers game.
So the young lady that you're dating now,
right?
You found her online.
Correct.
What were you looking for? You were just scrolling.
So for me, Most men are attracted to the physical first off.
Okay.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once you meet somebody that you physically attracted to, then it's about that person. What do they like to do? Who are they? You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you meet somebody at the grocery store, the process is a little bit slower. People tend to speed up online. Guys sometimes tend to say things they wouldn't normally say within the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of meeting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Send me pictures, all this old kind of crazy stuff. But so for me, I was looking for something that was going to lead to something serious. Because, you know, I done been there, done that. Back in the day where I would fly out and have dates in all these different cities because I was flying for free.
Okay.
And my motto, Tony, was I fly you by. I'll fly out there, lunch on you. I'm just saying, but that was a long time ago. But when I got on to date, I really got on to meet people because I don't meet a lot of people like that in my everyday life. I don't go to the club. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't really hang with the boys. So for me, online was just easier. And there are a lot of professional women online. I just think women have it harder.
So when you met the lady that you're dating now,
right?
How long do you all date? I mean, or talk online before you actually meet the person?
Well, it's almost like hopscotch, man. You know, you got to get a feel for it. I like to meet people as soon as possible because sometimes you'll meet somebody, they may not look like the profile.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the quicker for me, the better. That way you're not talking to somebody 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then you get in person and the conversation is not the same. You get in person, you may not be physically attracted to them. People know how to put different pictures up where they don't look like those pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's how it was for me. I've just been blessed that everybody that I've met and got into a relationship with, they look like their profile. They were really good people.
Okay.
I don't have any bad stories, but they were really good people.
So Kyle, what's your take on that?
My take on experience from the dating
apps, yeah, because you said you hadn't really had any.
To me, they have, of course, anything has pros and cons. And I agree with Clarence. I'm one of those. I used to be when I would get on there, because here's the thing. When you're a businesswoman, businessman, oftentimes you get on a dating site because, as Clarence was saying, everyone is so busy. It makes it easier for you to meet people because you don't necessarily have the time to go out.
Right.
The other thing is in that process, you have to weed through people to find what it is, you're looking for. Like for me, I know what it is that I desire. I know what I need. I know what I look for. But I'm one of those people who don't necessarily believe in going out. I'm old school. I believe in, if you're interested in me, you'll let me know. My experience on a dating app is, before I used to didn't want to exchange my information. That's that cybersecurity, that private part of me. But, I have share my information. So I don't want to waste my time, nor do I want to waste their time. Okay. I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something long-term. That typically is on the profile. If they're looking for something long-term, if they want friendship, if they're just looking to, looking for something casual, like people literally would say that that's their choice. And I believe that that's the best way to go to give people an idea where you are, right? Most of the apps that I have been on, that I no longer have a profile on, but most of the apps, or my experience in being on apps, is you create your profile. The men have the ability to see you and like you, and it will show you that there's an interest. If you see from just a first look that there's someone you're interested in as a female, you can now swipe right, or swipe. If you swipe left, like nope. Like when I tell you, it gets so overwhelming. That's why I can't be on the app, because I will get on there and I'm looking and I'm just doing this. I'm just swiping left so much because I don't see anyone, and it has to be something that pops. And then you swipe right or whatever, and you just for me, you communicate briefly in the chat. Most times they will ask for my information, to take the conversation away from the chat to now have a real conversation with people. Now, if you don't feel safe giving out your phone number, they do have a way that you can talk through that actual app, right? But if you choose not to, you exchange phone numbers. I'm a huge proponent of getting on the phone, having a conversation to see, okay, I see that I'm physically attracted to you at first sight. Okay. Because of how I detail my profile, you're going to know that I am a huge health and wellness advocate. I'm a fitness guru. I enjoy working out. You're going to see that I enjoy traveling. You're going to see how, like, I'm honest in my profile. A lot of people aren't. I don't say things that I think is going to pique people's interest because I want to connect with someone that has these same things in common. I'm a sports fanatic. I love my basketball, my football, all those different things, right? Playing golf. But when we get on the phone and we have a conversation, that takes it to another level. So at the age that I am now, I don't have time to sit around and twiddle my fingers. That's just not me. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I have positioned myself for, meaning I have done work on me. And so that when my king, the man that God has for me, finds me, I am ready and I'm available.
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.